Hello, folks. How you doing today? So in this session, folks, we're gonna talk about gerunds and infinitives, and there are some things that we're gonna include in these sessions, like the introductions. I mean the importance of gerunds and infinitive. What are gerunds and infinitive? Common uses of those ones, and some verbs followed by gerunds and infinitive, and some exercises in practice. Okay. So, as the objectives that we have for these sessions are identifies and correctly applies gerunds and infinitive in controlled grammar activities, including sentences completion, transformation, and multiple choice tasks. Number two, uses gerunds and infinitive appropriately in spoken and written production, expressing preferences, intentions, habits, and past experiences with grammatical accuracy. And number three, and the last one, distinguishes between verbs that require gerunds, verbs that require infinitive, and verbs whose meaning changes depending on the form, demonstrating correct usage in context based exercises and communicative tasks. Okay. So, as you know, folks, gerunds and infinitives are essential grammatical structures, you know, that can allow you to express actions, intentions, preferences, and experiences with accuracy and clarity. So, when you understand, folks, when to use a gerund, I mean, when we use the ing form, and when to use an infinitive, remember that infinitive have two forms. The first one using the particle to, and the second one without the particle to, just in the base form of the verb. This is gonna help you to improve your speaking, writing, and overall fluency. Okay, so we're gonna start, folks, with the gerunds. Okay, with the gerunds that we got, and the usage, the common usage of this one. And as first, we can say that this can work as the subject of a sentence, of the subject of a sentence. So what does it mean? What does it mean? That we can use the verb with ing form as the subject at the beginning of the sentence. Why we say of the subject? Because remember that the subject is the word who is leading the sentence, right? So we can say, let's see some examples. Let's see some examples here. We can say swimming is good exercise. So if you notice here, folks, we are using the verb swim with ing, but here we are not going to translate nadando. No, because remember that that word that is working as a subject of the sentences is working as a noun as well, okay? Swimming is good exercise, right? Let's see the second one. Reading, let's see, reading helps expand expand vocabulary. As you know, folks, that when we read, we learn more vocabulary, we can expand our speech. Okay. So that is the first usage to the of the gerund, right? So that we have or we can use the verb at the beginning of the sentence with ing, like swimming and reading. Okay. So let's see the second usage that we got for this one. So we can use the gerund after preposition. Okay, this is another rules that we have using gerunds after preposition. So how so? Preposition, you know that the things like interested and for, since, etc., etc. So we got as an example, we got here I'm interested. Remember that the adjective interested work always work, sorry, with in. Interested in learning more. In learning more. I'm interested in learning more. So we got the preposition in here, and then we got the verb learn. This verb must be written with ing form. Let's see another example of the gerund after some preposition. She apologized. She apologized for coming late. You see? So we are using the preposition for, then we got the verb come, so we add the ing form. Okay. Also, I've heard some students saying uh, before to start, so that is incorrect because we got before, we cannot use the verb start in the infinitive form to start. No. Why? Because before is a preposition. So we have to say before starting. Okay. Before starting. Good. Does anyone have any questions so far, folks? Okay, good. Let's see the third usage that we got for gerunds. This one, we can say that we can use gerunds after a specific verbs. I mean, as I told in the previous sessions, folks, that when we talk about germs and infinitive, there is a list of verbs that they are followed by gerunds and infinitives. Okay, so let's see some of them that can work with gerund form. We got, let's see, we're gonna list like this. Okay, we got enjoyed. We also have avoid. We also have suggest. We also have recommend. We also have finish. Sorry. We also have finished. Okay. Finished. We also have mind. We also have consider. We also have deny. We also have imagine. We also have keep. Let's see. We also have miss. We also have risk, discuss, and postponed. I'm not saying, folks, that just after these verbs we can use the gerunds node because there are plenty of verbs that can be used with the gerund form, but these are some of them, okay? Questions so far? Okay, good. Now let's see some examples using gerunds. Let's see, we can say they suggested going earlier. You see, we got suggested, they suggested going earlier. Do we have suggest here? Yeah, it's the third one, suggest. So we are using the verb suggest, and then we got another verb go. So this verb has to be followed with ing form. Okay. Let's see another example. He avoided answering the question. You see, we got the verb avoid. So next we have another verb that in this case is to answer. So we must use with the ing form. Also, there is another rule that says that we can use the gerund. Let's see, this is the number four. Okay. We can use the gerund after some phrasal verbs. After phrasal verbs. But remember, folks, that a phrasal verbs is a combination, it's a combination of a single verb and with a preposition. And also we got a rule here. Let's see, like this, that we must use gerund after preposition. So we got, let's see this, just not to be confused. Okay. Let's see some verbs. We can say she gave up smoking. You see? So what is the phrasal verb in that sentence? Gave up. But if you analyze grammatically, up corresponds to a preposition. So the verb smoke must be written with the ing form. Let's see another one. He looks forward. He looks forward to meeting you. To meeting you. To meeting you. You see, he looks forward to meeting you. So the looks forward to is a phrasal verb. Okay, we cannot modify, we cannot change. The particle to there is working because of the phrasal verbs. Is not working with the verb meet. Is not to meet. Is looks forward to. Looks forward to. Okay, we're gonna underline this. This is just a phrasal verb, and then we got the verb meet with the ing form. Okay, questions, folks? Okay, good. Now we're gonna see the infinitive, the infinitives, the rules that we can use for infinitives. Okay, the main usage. Let's see the main usage. The first one, we can say that we have to use infinitive after some verbs. After, let's see, after some specific verbs. For example, let's see, for example, we have want, we got need, sorry, we got need, we got decide, we got decide, we got plan, we got planned, we got hope, we got promise, we got promise, we got expect, we also have refuse, we also have agree, we also have attempt, we also have learn, okay? We also have learned, we also have offer, let's see, offer, sorry, and we also have manage. Okay, so the same as I was explaining to you with the gerunds. I'm not saying, folks, that just these verbs we have to use with infinitive. No, there are many other verbs that are followed with infinitive form. Okay. So, but these are some examples, okay? So, some of them: want, need, decide, plan, help, promise, expect, refuse, agree, attempt, learn, offer, and manage. So, we got these rules. This is the rule number one. So, let's see some example for these rules. Let's see some examples. Um, He decided to stay. He decided to stay. Okay. It could be at home. He decided to stay at home. Let's see another example. We hope, we hope to see you soon. We hope to see you soon, etc. Right? We got it decided and hope some of the verb that were mentioned before. Questions? Do you got some questions, folks? Okay, after this, we got rules. Rule number two. Okay, in the rule number two, so we have to use infinitive after adjective, after adjectives. Okay. For example, let's see. As you know, folks, adjective are words that describe the noun of the word, the noun, right? So let's see some examples. Let's see some examples here. Let's see. It's it's important to study. It's important to study. You see, in this example, folks, we got the adjective important, right? Then we got the verb study. So we need to write to study with the particle to. This is because of the word important, which is an adjective, okay? So let's see another example. She's excited. She's excited to travel, to travel. You see? Um, for example, the name of the sun. It's hard. It's hard to say I'm sorry. It's hard to say I'm sorry. So we got hard, it's an adjective. Then we got to say with a particle to, right? So you got some questions, folks? Here or not? Everything's clear? No, no, no questions? So let's see. Let's move on to the third rules that we can use a adjective, sorry, infinitive after to, after to, and enough. Okay. Let's see some example here. Let's see. We can say he's too tired. He's too tired to continue. To continue, right? So we can also say she isn't old. She isn't old enough, old enough to drive. You see? So we are using the two words to and enough. So we must use the infinitive form. Questions so far, folks? You got some questions or not? No, no questions? Okay, very good. So let's see, let's move on to some exercises to see if we quite understood the rules when using infinitive and gerunds. Let's see the exercise A. Choose the correct form. I mean, so if the verb that we got in brackets, it's gonna be written with ing form or with a particle to. What do you think is the right answer for that? She decided early, so we got leave. Yes, it's to leave, right? Because we got the verb decide. Decide is one of the verb that must be followed with infinitive to leave. Okay, good. Then we got I enjoyed. In this case, the verb is listen. to music. So the verb enjoyed is one of the verb that must be followed with gerund. So the verb listening is with the ing form. I enjoy listening to music. Okay, good. What about the third one? They promised me, and we got the verb call. So what is the right answer? They promised to call me, or they promised calling me? Yes, it's to call. Why? Because we got in the list of the verb that follow with the infinitive, we got promise. Okay. Let's see number four. He avoided the questions, and the verb is answer. So what would it be the right answer? He avoided to answer, or he avoided answering the question. Yes, is answering the questions, right? Let's see the number five. Is important eating healthy food, or it's important to eat healthy food? Let's analyze the word important. Grammatically, what is the category of that word? Important. Yes, it's an adjective, right? So, and the rule says that after an adjective, we must use the infinitive, right? So we say to eat. It's important to eat healthy food. What about the sentence number six? We finished to write the report, or we finished writing the report. Writing, right? We finished writing the report. Let's see. Even though, let me tell you regarding to the sentence number five, six, folks. There are some verbs that we can use with infinitive or gerund form, and no changes, right? No changes for this. Okay. One of the example of this verb is to begin or to start. We can say, I want to start. No. Let's see. Okay, we're gonna see some examples here. Number seven, we have she wants to learn French, or she wants learning. She wants to learn, right? She wants to learn. Very good. Now let's see the number eight. I'm interested in, we got in working. I'm interested in working with you. They agreed, the number nine, they agreed to meet tomorrow, right? And what about the last one, the number 10? That's for you folks, okay? So try to analyze, try to make a recap of the session, and try to complete you. So let's move on to the exercise B. Complete using gerund or infinitive, change of meaning and verbs. So this one, folks, I would like to explain that in the next session, because there are some important things that we must consider there. Okay, just keep in mind those examples, and we're gonna work at class. Okay. So, folks, this has been all for this session. If you got some doubts or questions, you can ask, or even you can take note of the doubts that you got, and we can clarify. We can discuss the doubts that you got on the next session. Okay. So, if we don't have any question, folks, this is gonna be all. Okay. Bye bye.